two different levels, I cannot relate. You never win if you playing it safe. It's all a game until you get played.
Welcome back to It's Culture Podcast. My name is Mark, and I'm the host of the show. Tonight, I guess y'all have already seen the headlines for the show. We're going to be discussing Fani Willis down there in Atlanta. She got to pay a fine. The thing with Trump, it just keeps going and going. And we're going to talk about that. Then we got Angel Reese is saying that the WNBA players should go ahead and boycott. And Le'Veon Bell finds himself in some trouble here in Ohio. And then we got Don Robinson. Sad state of affairs there. But before we get into it, if you can do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get all the updates when I go live. Sorry about that. And to everybody who watches me, I say thank you so much for subscribing. We keep climbing, and you all keep tuning in. So thank you so much. Now let's get into it. Fani Willis. So Fani, I have been reporting on Fani Willis down in Atlanta. If you don't know who she is, she's a district attorney. But she had went after Donald Trump. She went after Donald Trump. And she went after Donald Trump for election interference. Got herself caught up with a boyfriend, Nathan Wade. He ended up being on the case with her. Got caught up with that. So she ended up having to get him off the case, which sent this her being on the case went to the Georgia Board of Ethics. They decided that they were going to throw her off the case. So then, after that happens, now she got to pay a fine. So we're going to go down to Atlanta because I want y'all to see this from the news down there. And then we're going to watch something from one of the people that works for her. Let's take a listen.
County District Attorney Fani Willis to pay more than $54,000 for violating the Open Records Act. Zach Merchant with our 11 Alive political team broke the story. And Zach, you just got a copy of that court order. What have you learned here?
We did. We just got a hold of this Fulton County Superior Court order just in the last roughly 15 to 20 minutes. In it, Judge Rachel Krause rules that DA Fani Willis violated the State Open Records Act by failing to turn over documents requested by defense attorney Ashley Merchant. The judge wrote that the defendants, the Fulton County DA's office, were openly hostile to Merchant and failed to handle her requests in good faith. Merchant had sought a copy of confidentiality agreements signed by DA's office employees, as well as a list of attorneys hired by DA Willis. Judge Krause today gave the district attorney 30 days to pay Merchant $54,000 in attorney fees and turn over those requests.
We'll back up. The 44 pages. I'm going to give you the 44 pages. Okay? So you can just look at that. You don't have to go.
Are you going to point out?
Now, before we get into this part here, this is the guy who was supposed to do his job and turn these records over. He works for the DA office.
The contract in the 44?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So my open records request to you asked for contracts. Okay? That was one of the classifications we just talked about, right?
Yes.
Okay. Show me where in there you gave me contracts.
I did. I don't believe it's in here. You could not show me. So do you want me to page You said that you was going to show me. You gave me an invoice, right?
Okay.
And then I said, all right, the 44. So now I can go through here to determine a contract. So you played, I'll do it.
So
You said that you was going to show me.
I'll show you the one you gave me,
Okay, no.
but that's in the second
You were
request.
talking in the context of these 44 pages. You told this court that I gave you a contract.
I don't know what's going on here. He's getting very, very hostile, and she's just asking him questions about the records that she's requested.
I said, show me. You approached me with the invoice.
You gave me that invoice.
Okay, stop. Both of you. The question I think is pending that will actually help us move forward is that Ms. Merchant asked if any contracts were produced in the original 44-page production.
Yes.
And while none of us will necessarily enjoy that endeavor, it is perfectly fair for a witness to say, let me review the 44 pages and then I'll answer your question. And so if you would like to do that, you feel free to do that. But the question is, was a contract produced in the initial production of 44 pages? Because I think we had agreed that contracts were requested. Okay, go ahead. Mr. Bond, if you want the document or if you want me to direct your attention to something, we can do that. But the 44 pages is entirely fair for you to say, let me look at these documents before I answer your question.
Yes. I would like for you to direct my attention as you said you could.
I'm asking you to answer the question the judge just asked you that I originally asked you. That I asked you if you gave me a contract in January. We agreed that I asked for a contract, okay? So we agreed I asked for a contract. I want you to show me where you gave me a contract. Or if you didn't, tell me you didn't.
Okay. Allow me to review.
Great.
Here's the invoice.
Okay, y'all. So he can't find the contract. So now Fani Willis is on the hook to pay $54,000 to Ashley Merchant, who happens to be one of the lawyers representing Trump, that was representing Trump. I don't know if she has to pay this out of her pocket or the city of Atlanta has to pay this. This would be so messed up if taxpayers got to be on the hook to pay for their screw up because they didn't decide to release some records. And this is from like 3 years ago. Actually, 4 years ago, because now we're in 2025. 2021, they were requesting records and they couldn't get anything. And he's sitting in court arguing up a storm as if he actually did his job. But then he goes to look and say, well, this is not a contract, this is an invoice. Well, these are the invoices that we sent y'all. And you see that we paid. So where's our records? The city of Atlanta, this is every time I talk about my home state, the politics down there is just so corrupt. I mean, you got mayors resigning and then decided that they don't want to resign. You got corruption at every single level, police chiefs resigning. ATL is just all just effed up with politics. Y'all need to clean house. Everybody down there need to go. Everybody needs to go. Everybody got their hands in the cookie jar. Ain't nothing getting done for the citizens of Atlanta. It's like homelessness everywhere down there. I mean, it used to be a nice bustling town. Now it's just overcrowded with filth. I mean, it's just ATL is not the same Atlanta that I grew up loving to be in the 90s. And it's reflected in every single stage of their government. It don't matter whether it's the housing authority, the police department, the jail. It don't matter. The city council, don't matter. There is corruption at every single level in Atlanta politics. And y'all need to clean this up because the taxpayers just keep being on the hook to having to pay for stuff. You paying lawsuit after lawsuit and y'all keep electing these people. Why? I have no idea. There's got to be something better down there in Atlanta. It has to be something better for y'all to have down there. Because I don't understand this incompetency. I just don't. So, moving on. Now, this story here is quite interesting. Angel Reese, WNBA All-Star, came on the scene at LSU. Everybody know her for doing a little hand thing to Caitlin Clark, but kind of sparked this little rivalry that they supposedly allegedly have. She's been playing basketball in the unrivaled 3-on-3 league, which is like sponsored by Breonna Stewart. So it's definitely been a good look, real good look for the WNBA, because they've been playing some real good basketball in the unrivaled league. So she made it on the all rival like first team, and then she was like the defensive player of the year for the league. So kudos to her for that. But we're not here to talk about that. As much as I would love to talk about her working out with Lisa Leslie, working on her inside game so she can finish better and bring her percentage up, her scoring percentage up, which I think is great because it's going to help her when she gets back to the league. She made news this week because on her podcast, she decided that she wanted to talk about a possible boycott. So I want y'all to take a listen to this. This comes from MSNBC. And I just want y'all to listen to what they're saying these WNBA players may be asking for in this next collective bargaining agreement that they want.
Agreement happening now between the Players Association and the league. And Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese says she wants in on those negotiations. Listen.
I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us, y'all don't give us what we want. Like, we said no.
It is. Do other big name players want to join in? Possible, right? Reached out to the league on this. Remember, the WNBA had a massive season last year, record-setting for them, the most watched regular season in 24 years. Its biggest attendance total in 22 years. Merch sales up 600.
The players just want to be treated and paid like the international celebrities that many of them now are, right? And I think to see that, you have to imagine that the way we see the WNBA is different than how we saw it 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even 2 years ago. And all you have to do is look at this collective bargaining agreement that the players just opted out of, right? It was agreed upon in 2019. So it has things in it like when you fly to an away game, you can fly premium economy. You can stay in your own hotel room. We will pay you your full salary while you're on maternity leave. These are things that are very basic for, I think, any company at this point. But they were seen as a major victory back then. Now things are so much different. Just look at a player like Angel Reese, right? I think at this point, it is fair to say that she is a household name. She will make less than $75,000 on her current salary within the WNBA. So I think they just want to take it and put it more in line with what it is. She's been getting maligned a little bit on social media, I think, for taking what she said out of context. People think that she needed to get in. She said that is absolutely not true. There was a tweet where she said, quote, "I love how y'all on selective hearing. I'm hearing that they don't want to give us what they want. We're sitting out, and that's the truth. I never said anything about the NBA. We are prepared to say at the negotiation table." We also reached out to the Players Association. They sent us a statement saying, quote, "Our members are passionate about the future of the league. We are proud to represent a group of united, dialed in, and pushing for a transformational deal that's fair. We won't comment on individual statements right now." What they want is really simple, Hallie. They want, of course, a little bit higher pay. They want a softer salary cap, and they want benefits like things specifically dialed into childcare, which is very important.
Okay. Sorry about the little technical difficulties. If y'all hearing like the little glitches, I don't know what's going on with the stream. But what they're asking for is higher pay and better accommodations for childcare and stuff like that. So they're asking for better pay. Now, I get it. The WNBA was a good product this year. They had record-setting viewership, record-setting jersey sales, sold out arenas, every single place. However, they still lost $40 million. They still lost $40 million. They were in the hole $40 million. And they knew this. The projection was actually $50 million. But they end up at about $40 million. That's what got reported back in October. So it's kind of hard to say we need extra pay if the league is not generating no revenue. Now, I don't know how the viewership and how this media deal, because I know they got a new media rights deal. So I don't know how that's going to factor into how the money that they're asking for is gonna play into that. Now, I don't know what is fair and equitable to the WNBA. What I don't know. How much should the women be making? Should they be making millions of dollars a year? I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of hard to gauge it when they're losing money. I mean, the league has never generated revenue. Never. Now they're adding more teams this year after shrinking the league down to 12 teams. They're expanding it back out now because the league had like 16 teams at one point. And then they lost some. And now they're bringing some back. And now they have this new media deal. So I guess with the media deal, these new teams coming along, perhaps it could generate some revenue. I don't know. But the insiders to the NBA are furious because the 60% of the owners of the NBA actually own WNBA teams, and they're ready for a profit. So maybe they're gonna raise the ticket prices at the gate. I don't know, but they're gonna have to figure something out because if they want better pay, you're gonna have to generate revenue for that, right? I mean, I think that's just only fair. But a boycott, could you possibly imagine the WNBA boycotting? I think if they boycott it, it might destroy the league altogether. And perhaps maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want to they want to see what it can do. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how many players would actually boycott. I don't know if Angel has the inside track to what's been the rumor, like what's been surfacing down there in Miami and doing a rival league. Perhaps these may be the conversations, and she might just be the most out front, the person out front that's saying it. Kind of as the voice of one of the voices of faces of the WNBA. Who knows? I guess we'll see what happens with that. But it's going to be kind of curious to see if the WNBA's Players Association can get a collective bargain agreement that the players will be happy with and negotiate it, so they can at least be fair and equitable in whatever it is that they're trying to get. So I'm never against nobody trying to get more coin. Hey, that's not my place. It's not my place to be trying to go after somebody's coin. Go get the money if they're gonna get it. So, but we got to generate some revenue too. So, all right, that's enough about that. And this story, this one here, is out of Ohio. Now Le'Veon Bell is from up here in Columbus, where I'm at. He then found himself in some serious trouble. The school that he went to, Groveport Madison High School, has taken his name down from their wall of fame because Le'Veon Bell has found himself with a $25 million settlement that he has to pay out to his cousin for abuse that she suffered sexually from him to her. Now, he's not the only person in this suit. His brother is caught up in this suit as well. He has to pay $11 million. But this allegedly happened over a span of years, up until the young lady was 17. Now, I don't know how this suit came about. It was filed here in Columbus, Ohio, in Franklin County Court. It is alleged that Le'Veon Bell did not know anything about this lawsuit. He never got served any paperwork. That's what he's alleging. So I want y'all to hear from the local news up here in Columbus, because this is I don't even know what to say about this. But let's take a listen.
Player and Groveport native Le'Veon Bell owes $25 million for rape and sexual assault. That case was brought to the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas last year. According to court records acquired by Fox 28, Bell is accused of having non-consensual sexual relations with his younger cousin when she was a minor. The woman, who is 7 years younger than him, alleged that the sexual abuse lasted a decade. His brother Levante Bell is also accused of similar crimes in this case. He was ordered to pay $11 million in damages. Le'Veon is denying the allegations. His attorney told TMZ Sports that my client adamantly denies any and all allegations that have been lodged against him. Further, he was never served with a civil complaint or any documents. He also says Bell wasn't even living in Ohio when that abuse allegedly happened.
Where do we start on this? Oh my God, man. Le'Veon Bell, I 10 years, man, over a decade. Now, I don't know how this suit got filed in Franklin County, but Le'Veon Bell said he never got served the paperwork. In another interview that I saw, his lawyer alleged that someone, the paperwork got served to one of his businesses that Le'Veon owns, a construction site. He owns a construction company that was doing some renovations on some properties that he was working on. And somebody from the actual company got served and they signed off on it for him as his representative. And he said that he never got served this because he never went to court. He never went to court for this. This judgment basically got ruled on in absence. So he didn't show up for court, and they just ruled, hey, he didn't show up. He owed $25 million. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know how this is legal. I got me, but it happened here and because of this case, the school that he went to, Groveport Madison High School, took his name down from the Wall of Fame. I think his lawyer said that they're going to try to appeal this judgment because he never got served. There's no criminal complaint. There was never a criminal complaint done. I mean, and like all these cases, right? You have to be kind of neutral because you don't know the side. You don't know if this is true. And I'm not going to take a position either way. I'm just going to try to stay as neutral as possible. I'm just going to be on both sides of this one. Just hear me out. If this happened to this young woman, this is absolutely despicable. And there should have been some criminal charges done. I don't know if I don't know about the statute of limitations on this. Don't know if this is over with. Don't know statute of limitations on this one. But if it is, then I would have hoped that some criminal charges would have actually got filed. And then because you would want to see somebody criminally prosecuted for these type of crimes. If what is being alleged happened is actually true, that would be horrific. And he needs to be, if that's the case, then he would need to be off the streets, as far as I'm concerned. Because we don't need that. We don't need dudes taking advantage of young girls, especially when they're young and doing this over a period of time with a kid. That's just despicable. You don't need to be nowhere near freedom when you're doing something like that, when you harming children. Now, on the flip side, I find it hard to rule, give money and come up with damages, and the person that is being sued is not there to defend themselves. I hate I hate civil cases before criminal cases when it comes to, SA and the R word. I hate that. I hate the civil cases before the criminal cases. Can we get criminal charges? And I know that it is hard for victims to come forward. I get it. These people are powerful. They got money. I get that. But if you can come forward to ask for money and damages, then I think you need to come forward for the criminal aspect. I just hate that this is going on, because we saw a couple of weeks ago that the case against Jay-Z got thrown out, got dismissed because the person allegedly made everything up. I don't know if this is a money grab on Le'Veon's behalf. $25 million is a lot of money to be paying out. $11 million for his brother. I don't know what his brother does, but allegedly, I guess he must be worth $11 million to have to pay that out. That's $36 million in damages for. I mean, does that cover pain and suffering? I mean, lawyer gets 33% of that. So walk away with what, 20 million maybe? I don't know. I just hate to see cases like this. So I'm gonna be paying attention to this one because this one hits home. This one here is right here in Columbus, where I'm at. So I definitely want to pay attention to that case and see what's going on with it. Because this is when I first heard about it, I was just thrown away. Like, wow. So, and then finally tonight, Don Robinson. I hate hearing stories like this, especially when you hold these people in high regard. I was a big En Vogue fan growing up in the 90s. I'm pretty sure everybody was. If you grew up in the 90s, they girl band that was phenomenal, beautiful, angelic voices. I absolutely loved all of them. And then when Dawn left the group and they went EV3, they still was out putting out music. She went and did, Lucy Pearl and with Raphael Sadiq, and that was magic. That was just golden. You know what I'm saying? And that music was just like jazzy, and it was just feel good music. So to see her having to come on line and admit to what she's about to in this video, it just really, really broke my heart, because I'm just like, how are all these artists? Angie Stone just was talking about this on the video that I did about her and her death. How all our Black artists, especially the women from the 90s, how did all of them just get their money just taken from them? I just, it's just mind baffling that these snakes in the industry just did these women like this, man. And this did artists in general just dirty. So this is Dawn, and we're gonna watch a little bit of it. I'm pretty sure everybody's already seen this already, but for those who haven't seen it yet, let's take a listen.
past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. Because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there until I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. I mean, I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. His apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over $3,000. Yep. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem?
So she kind of goes on and on for about another couple of minutes with that video. I just want to kind of show the first part of it. Let me first say, we got to do some. America as a whole, we got to do something about this homeless situation that we got. Like, we cannot be seen going around tooting that we're the richest country in the world and we got our citizens sleeping on the streets in squalor. Like, something has to be done. I don't know about what we can do to clean this up, but there has to be somewhere where people can go. But especially when it comes to artists, and all these artists from the 90s, it seems like all of them are having hard times financially. They don't have their royalties for their music. Especially in Dawn's case, because she don't perform with En Vogue. Like, they still perform and she's not performing with them. So she's not able to get the performance stuff because I don't think they're doing any of the music that she was on in their shows. And Lucy Pearl is not doing anything. So I don't know how she's living off of her royalties. I don't know what these contracts look like from the 90s, but it seemed like everybody got screwed over. They all got effed over. And we keep seeing this countless times. These artists are passing away or they're having financial troubles, and we find out that they broke, they don't have no money, they're homeless. We saw what happened with the SAG artists when they took a strike because a lot of them were not being paid syndication. We've heard Monique talk about this, not being paid her syndication. Other stars have come out recently talking about not being paid. The Jamie Foxx show not being paid their syndication money. Like, I don't understand. We got some great creators, and our people have gotten screwed over so much by the industry that this really needs to be studied. How all these people were able to not be able to live for the rest of their lives with generational wealth that was built. Now, I don't know if it was bad money decisions. I don't know Dawn's situation financially. I'm not even trying to get into her finances, but I just find it very, very hard that a woman who is on some of the most greatest hits of all time is not set for life. The music still gets played. People still listen to Hold On. That stuff still gets played in clubs and on radio stations. Like, I don't understand like how their credits are on these records and how these labels can own these people for, you know, years and years. And if y'all don't understand how copyrights work, that's like your lifetime plus 80 years after your life. That's like double life. And then some of these artists never get their masters, never get to own their full amount of their catalog. So they can't even sell nothing. They're not making no money off the catalog. They have to absolutely buy their catalog back from the label, and then they can try to sell it off to try to make some money for themselves. And in this situation, I don't know what happened, but I just find it very, very hard to believe that we keep seeing this. I mean, Angie Stone just talked about this. How UMG just took everything. She said she shouldn't have to be able. She should have retired 20 years ago, and now she's passed away. Not even get ready to settle her case. And here's another one right here with Dawn Robinson saying that she has been living in her car for 3 years, homeless for 3 years. An icon. Probably turn the radio on and hear her songs on the radio and just break down in tears as to how she even got in this situation. So this is heartbreaking. I wish nothing but the best in this situation to Dawn. Hopefully, hopefully some people will step up and help her out. Those that are able to, that can, and that are, you know, that know her and love her can take care of this situation, because we got to start. We can't be having our people on the streets. Like, we just can't. That's not a good look. Not a good look at all. So y'all let me know what y'all think about all that. Tonight was a crazy night with some of the stories. But I appreciate everybody, all of y'all tuning in and hanging out with me and viewing these videos. It really, really brings joy, because I keep coming back to do them. So if y'all got any news that y'all want to send me, my email address is in the actual it would be in the description of the video, so y'all can just send me like any news that's wherever it's at. I don't care if it's local, state, if it's something that you think I should be covering, or you want to bring visibility to it, just utilize my channel. Hey, let me know, and I'll help you out. But until next time, probably gonna be going live again on Thursday. I know I'm not gonna be going live in between, so the next live show will be Thursday. And like I said, come May 1st, we're gonna be doing a call-in show. So the Sunday night show will be the call-in show, starting the first week in May. So you all have a number, you can call me, and we can chat it up. So until next time, Coach Nation, thank you all so much. See you next time.